We're so over. We need a new word for over. Yeah.
Welcome to Revirginized.
And just like that, guys, we are here recapping season 3, episode 11, which I hated. I'm Candice B.
And I'm Jay like the letter. And my God, we cannot be more total opposites.
What?
Every time you hate an episode, I love it. Every time I hate when you love it. But you know what? There's been very few times that I feel like we've come together. And I do appreciate those episodes where we're both like, okay, you know what? This episode was good. It's never been full love when we both agree, but I like when we arrive at that point, but I love it even more when we disagree on the
Me too.
episodes. And before we start this recap, I want to say I was listening to some of our episodes from season 1 and season 2, and the fact that we predicted everything that has happened so far, all the way to the cancellation of the series, is incredible. It's incredible.
Italy?
I was listening in awe because I don't remember half the things we said back then. And I'm listening and I'm like, wait a minute, we predicted this last season or season 1 or and season 1, Candace, we said this show wasn't gonna make it past season 3. In season
No
1.
way. No way. I mean, is that we're brujos and I, take full accountability.
Hey, I
Um,
we wear it very well.
we do very, very well. But you know what it is? It's that we literally predicted the shitty writing. We're like, the writing is not going to get any better for this series. And as I'm rage watching, I'm thinking back like, damn, was season 1 this terrible? Was season 2 this bad? No, season 3 takes the cake. And I think the world was like, okay, enough. Yeah, basta. Like, no fucking more. And I want you to go first because I would love to know, what about this episode did you like? Because there was nothing likable
Okay,
in it.
well, let's navigate it. Let's navigate it.
Sure.
Very, very, very quickly, if we could throw out that Carrie finishes her book, and it's a lot of emotional navigation with this episode for Carrie. You know, she's having a lot of the lonely and alone conversations now that she's no longer with Aiden and Duncan is gone, and she reconnects with her old friend. What's her jeweler friend's name?
Her jeweler.
Yeah, the one that's living in her apartment.
Oh, Lisa. Oh, God, that apartment. Lisette. Lisette.
Lisette. So
Yeah.
she reconnects with Lisette for a little, and there's a lot of conversations about loneliness. Her publicist is also pushing for a new ending to the book because apparently loneliness doesn't sell, right? And there's a lot going on in this episode, but we'll bunch it up. Carrie finishes her book. Miranda is having issues with Brady because she's intervening with Brady's pregnancy.
Yeah.
And he doesn't appreciate that is meddling into his business. Charlotte is having a come to terms moment with seeing Rock in their outfit for their performance. I think Charlotte is feeling like she wants another kid, and I'm predicting that for next episode, I think she's going to say that she wants another kid to Harry.
He has like no balls.
Where is the rest of the girls? What was that?
He has like no balls. Like,
Oh, well, so they're gonna have to do something right about that if they want another kid. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Miranda's new grandkid ends up being Charlotte's new baby or some shit.
no.
I don't know, girl. They're gonna come up with something. But anyways, they're planning for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is approaching, which I guess the finale is gonna be at Thanksgiving, Christmas something. I don't know. They're probably going to finish it in the holidays. And we get some Seema where she's coming to terms with her love with whatever. What's his name again? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Adam, the gardener. We could just call him the gardener. The gardener
Yes,
suffices.
Adam, the gardener. So he tells her that he loves her. And then we have Elisa, who's navigating some interesting spaces in her marriage after Herbert lost the election. So it's a lot of emotional navigation that's done in this episode. What I liked about this episode was that it kind of grounded them in a sense of a lot of questions were raised in this episode. Carrie doesn't know how to navigate this being alone. I don't think she feels lonely. I think everybody
Oh,
else is telling her that she's lonely, and she's kind of saying like, well, okay, yes, I am alone, but she doesn't feel that loneliness, and so she can't relate to what people are telling her. And then I appreciated the drama with Miranda. From the looks ahead to the next episode, it seems like we're gonna get some trouble with her and Joy But yeah, I liked it. I liked the navigation of the entire thing. It kind of sewed everything in together. I did not like that this was the episode we got as the penultimate episode to the series. I am very
Hey,
scared of what the finale is gonna look like, and now I'm even less confident that they're gonna stick the landing.
somebody was saying, and I don't know how true this is, but remember when I told you, could they reshoot an episode in a few days? Like, and you're like, yeah, there's always time for them to reshoot.
Yeah.
Someone on the Great State of Reddit found the picture of Chris Noth and Sarah Jessica Parker. Yes, yes. And I was like, I wonder if they're going to do like a flashback scene in the end where, yes, where it like
Mm.
ties up like she's alone, but like her love being big or whatever the case may be. But that's really interesting. I have no hope in the last episode at all. I don't think they're going to do it justice. What I didn't like is that we got a bunch of nothing in this episode. We see LTW in
Okay.
like the atrocious hat. She's navigating things with Herbert, but there was nothing. The banter wasn't even cute. Like you just gave us nothing. The same thing with Charlotte. Like I did like seeing Charlotte like marvel over Rock and how beautiful she looked. And they're going to her play. And then we have Anthony. And I still feel like we're having a bunch of nothing. I feel like there's so much that they can do with his storyline. I mean, Giuseppe's mother's still in
Mm-hmm.
town. There's conversations that
Yep.
could be had with Giuseppe's mom. There's so much juice there that we're not tapping into. I'm sorry, I don't want to see Seema and the gardener. I feel like she's getting more screen time now, but I don't care for it yet because once again, you guys gave us like zero context. It's like, hey, I love you and I've loved you since I laid eyes on you. Those 5 seconds, and yeah, now we're in a full relationship, and I love the shit out of you. It's like none of it makes sense. And then Carrie, like Carrie can kiss my whole ass. I'm so tired of her. Like, she was so pissed. She was so pissed when she found out Dunkin' Donuts was not renewing his lease. And I'm like, ma'am, cut it all the way out, down to like the bullshit with like her editor, which was predictable because she doesn't like a lot of things that Carrie does. She doesn't like a lot of things that Carrie does.
Yes. True.
She's like,
Yeah.
yeah, you got to change it. And to me, I felt like Carrie changed her ending, which was to me Aiden dying in the war and Carrie's alone, right? Signifies her life. And now she's like not alone because there's like somebody who like somebody comes. What was her bullshit ending?
The Duncan version of the Duncan
Exactly.
character, basically.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
did that for Duncan, which was my point. I hate it. Um, didn't you just get on Aiden for being extremely jealous? For being jealous and there being nothing there, and now your heart is palpitating because you really like this man and you changed your book for this man. Throw the whole thing away. I'm over the show. I'm over the show. I'm gonna get on TikTok and I'm gonna have a
Well,
fucking
well,
shit.
you're over the show at the perfect timing because after next episode we're not getting another one. But to say, I will agree with you. I will say this. I think this was a great episode. I think it was a horrible penultimate episode. I think for episode number 11, when the last episode is number 12, I think they are not doing the fans justice. They're not doing the characters justice. I feel that I do believe this is a big fuck you to the fans. It shows, I think this episode continues to show how much they have not cared about what the fans want and what they've wanted to see, nor do they care to treat the stories delicately or with any
Yep.
care. I feel like this was a rushed episode, and you can tell that there were reshoots to this episode, which makes me think that the season finale is going to be filled with reshoots because they're going to have to rush so much into one episode to culminate everything that's still a loose end, if they care enough to do that. Because my feelings are that the season finale is going to end with everybody sitting at the dinner table for Thanksgiving, and that there's if drama ensued in the last episode, it's not the time. And I feel like they're going to rush a lot of it. We saw the preview where Lisa and Herbert are having some issues, and she's leaning towards her producer. And if that's what you're going to bring for the season finale, you're making a big mistake.
Yes.
You're doing a rookie mistake. That's terrible production, terrible writing, and I just don't know how else to bring it back. But I am less worried about bringing it back because we're so close to the end. It's just we are in the boat that we are, and we're just gonna have to sail all the way to the season finale with it.
I will say this, because I like you also thought that there was reshoots and like some rewrites. So if you knew that the series got canceled, right, and they even changed it from season finale to series finale, and you're rewriting it, how can you guys still go wrong? For me,
Mm.
for me, they shortened the episode, right? But you still didn't give us much of what we wanted. Like, I want to hear from you. What made this episode good for you? You know what made it bad for me. What makes it good for you?
I think it made it. I mean, it made okay. And again, I will say this is a good overall episode. I would have appreciated this episode more mid-season. What made the episode good is that we got a little bit of Carrie wallowing in her sorrow, in her feelings. She's navigating a lot of questions, emotional questions, and I feel like it kind of brought everything. It was rushed. It felt rushed. The Giuseppe proposing to Anthony, the Seema getting told that he's in love, the Gardner telling Seema that he loves her. Everything kind of felt rushed. The Miranda inviting the pregnant lady. It was too much. Even the moment where Brady, and this is when I knew there were reshoots. The moment where Brady tells Miranda to ask Joy, no, where the moment where Brady asks Joy to intervene and tell her side of it, it felt like they went back and said we have to film this scene because after next episode we don't have anything, so we need to find a way to culminate the Joy story. And that's when I first started noticing that probably Brady wasn't supposed to be a part of this episode. There were a lot of discrepancies when it came to the production aspect of things, and if there were reshoots, it was a very irresponsible thing to do. But
I
I
so
just felt like this episode would have made a really great fourth, fifth episode. Now, again, in the context of it being the penultimate episode, this was a terrible episode. It was a terrible episode. It's a big fuck you to us, and I didn't appreciate that about it. But again, it was a well produced episode. I feel like the cinematography. I said this at the beginning of the season where I feel like they give us beautiful cinematography to make
yeah,
up for the terrible writing, and they've been doing that progressively throughout the season. And this episode, even to the point where Carrie's apartment is fully furnished and pretty and beautiful. That was kind of like here you go, you have this. But it's like we're still going to not take care of everything else. I feel like the scenes of her being in her old apartment was sloppy.
horrible.
They felt deconstructed. They didn't feel planned out. Yeah, those were even the Seema and her sitting down at the bar. We caught up kind of in the middle of the conversation. It felt kind of like we needed some context of certain things. So I understand where you're coming from. It just, as again, it was a terrible penultimate episode. I felt like it was a good episode overall for maybe like in the middle of the season.
When you put it that way, I do agree. I feel like this is what we've been looking for, like in the middle. That would have been great because we're looking for this
Yeah.
kind of drama, right? Like this is the drama,
Yeah,
the
we
wet
actually
sleep drama.
asked for what we saw in this episode.
That's actually true. We definitely did. And I feel like that was the time to give it to us. Don't rush and give it to us because the series is going
Yeah.
to be canceled. And on that note, I do want to talk about like some other things that from this episode that I kind of did not like. But for those of you guys watching and let us know what you think, Carrie's apartment, right? Like there was a time when I thought, okay, she's probably never going to live there again, but how nice would it be if she still owned it? Right? Because that apartment has been with
Mm.
Carrie forever. Like that's how we know her, right? I mean, it wasn't in the pilot, but whatever. But like, and then to see how they ruined it, well, like this new age modern and all these things. And that's kind of what I want to talk about. Like a lot of these things just don't make sense because in the beginning of the show, when we're introduced to Lisette was fine living by herself, right? Like Carrie walked
Yeah.
into Lisette hungover. I mean, I'm sorry, drunk, slumped. She was okay living by herself. Now all of a sudden you can't live by yourself. So you built
Mm-hmm.
this wall that doesn't make any sense. Like, how are you guys sharing the bathroom?
At
You're
all.
bringing your guests through the bathroom. Like, it didn't make sense. And that's my issue with the show is that they do a lot of things that don't make sense. And then I don't know, like, I feel like everything that was symbolic to the characters, they're just putting away. And that's the issue.
Yeah.
You're assassinating these characters, but then the things that are true to them that stand for who they are, you're also ruining it. Like that apartment, yeah, she kind of could let it go, right? Mentally, whatever. But she should have never walked into that apartment looking like that. Like that apartment
Yeah.
should not have, like that to me was I hope that wasn't a rewrite because that was awful if it would be.
I would have appreciated, yeah, that would have been very irresponsible if it was a rewrite, but I would have appreciated if the apartment was entirely different, just not destroyed the way that it was. Because we are attached to that apartment. I know it sounds corny, but I feel like we have an attachment to that apartment because it's been the day one situation. We've been with that apartment for so long. We've taken pictures in front of that apartment. We know where the apartment is in New York City. I think they don't care enough about these things, nor do they care enough about the characters or the lore of the cinematic universe of Sex and the City. And I feel like they're just throwing it all away. They're saying, well, we don't have to do anything to fix anything. Fuck it all. Let's just film this damn episode. And I hope that if ever Sex and the City universe comes back in any way, shape, or form, I hope that it's not with these producers. I hope that it's not with these writers. I hope that it's not. I hope that every single person in that crew that made any decision, because even to the fashion, everyone involved, I hope that they are not a part of the project. I hope the project gets moved to a different production house. It's not worth handing it back to the people that made this atrocious series. And
Yeah.
and with that said, again, I feel like I can speak for both of us. We love this cinematic universe. We're attached to it. We
Yeah.
we live in it. We are so angry and upset watching this series because we feel like it deserves so much better, and it could have been done better. And the fact that they didn't do it, it pisses me off, and I know it pisses you off as well. For this episode, this was a very deaf episode. It was muted. There was not much. Even the engagement for Giuseppe's engagement, it felt stupid. Only to then go back and make Anthony rethink it felt even stupider.
Thank
And it was just
you.
questions about what the fuck are you doing? Brady yelling back at Miranda and asking Joy to intervene. Joy, you could tell that Joy was wanted to say, Miranda, you're wrong for this. This is some bullshit, or didn't want to deal with this at all. And I think we're gonna see it in the next episode where Joy's just gonna disappear and ghost her.
$1,000%.
Yeah, it just felt like a lot of rush. It was rush.
And to conclude, I will say this. You are absolutely right.
Yes, because I don't have anything else to say about the episode. The episode doesn't have anywhere else to pull from.
No, it doesn't. And I feel like the more you talk about like these things, the more I'm like, yes, this should have been middle shit. Middle shit, right? Like this
Yes,
is the shit
yes.
we want to see in the middle to see
We should
what
have
happens
gotten we should have
next.
gotten 10 episodes after this one.
10,000% because Joy is definitely, we called it. Joy is like, absolutely not. I already told you I don't like kids. Like, and now you're having a grandkid. Like, this is a whole ass no for me. You're ready to throw out my expensive ass bottle of liquor instead of talking to me about it before. And that's the problem. Like, they don't talk to each other in this fucking show. And that's what
Yeah.
bothered me with the Anthony thing because it's like, oh, Anthony's having doubts. Of course he is. He's still in love with Stanford. The love of his life left him to go follow someone in across the world to be
Yeah.
a TikTok manager at that, only to get dumped and become a fucking monk. I am so sorry. Like, what are we doing? You dirty bastards will wait for one episode to give us this that we've been asking for Anthony, to give us this doubtful Anthony, or maybe I still have trauma from my last relationship, Anthony, because that's what we're getting. That's why he's second guessing
Mm.
everything. But it's okay. They don't care. We're never going to know what happens. We're never going to know. You guys, they're going to give us a little itty bitty piece for the last episode and we're gonna forever be left wondering. And just like fucking that, this is why the show got canceled. And I said what I said.
And I support everything you said 100%. I am with you. I have more fun recapping the episodes with you than sometimes I do watching the episodes, their series, because it's just not it. It's not the vibes. It's not what we signed up for. But yeah, there's not much else to say about this episode. And we really, really hope that the season finale somehow magically finds a way to be. It needs to be an hour long. First of all, let's start there. It
1,000.
needs to be an hour long, and it needs to put in the work. It needs to put in the work to give us the wrap up that we deserve. And if not, let's go protest in front of MPK's house and tell them fuck you. Just send them fuck you to MPK. Send him right now because he deserves it.
1,000.
Here's what's gonna happen. We are gonna come back to you guys on the next episode to recap the finale, and then after that, we're gonna have a season wrap up where we're gonna just let everything, all of our feelings out for the wrap up. And in that episode, we're gonna announce the winner of our giveaway. And Kenneth, why don't you tell them about our giveaway?
Yes. So we have a bunch of stuff, and I know some of you guys have been seeing it online. We have shirts, mugs, sweaters, everything you can think of that's official Revirginized merch. And one lucky winner gets it. And all you have to do to enter is you have to like and subscribe and follow us everywhere, but especially on YouTube. Like us,
Yes.
subscribe, leave a comment. Okay. And that's how we're going to choose the lucky winner. And on that note, I
Yes.
do want to say thank you to the subscribers because our subscribers are going up. And I honest to God, well, we honest to God, thank you all because we wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you guys. Definitely follow us on Instagram, Blue Sky, all of these places. And Jay, I think that's it. And you guys are winning over $100 of merch, by the way.
Oh my
Official.
God. Yes, you get
Yeah.
over $100 of merch. So make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment. Make sure you're following us everywhere. We are just know that we are with you. We are fans of the show just
Yes.
like you are. So the feelings that you're going through, we are experiencing with you just in front of the cameras. We're looking forward to seeing you guys on the next episode. And just like that.
Bye. Revirginized is a production of J. Breyer Allen, hosted by Candice B., produced and co hosted by Jay, like the letter.